Well, here we are again, folks, back at Kodiak Island, and really looking forward to trying another flight out to the west coast of Kodiak. If you remember last time we were here, we got weathered out essentially. The clouds were just too low, and we couldn't get in there. We tried a couple times. I think we might have been in the Islander. Tried a couple of times, so I said we'd come back and try it again. And I'm sticking to my word, so let's get going. Kodiak, I think it's Bonnie, some weird name, Bonnie Boone to Karluk. And anyway, we're over here. This is the LP Nils version, or concoction, whatever you want to call it, the LP Nils creation. And he's modeled a bunch of stuff around the island. We've been here a few times, and I think this is the second or third stream that I've done. And here's where we're at. All right, there's a couple different airfields down here. So we're down here at whatever this is, Bonnie. It's got a name. It's because there's Kodiak, Lily Lake, and there's Kodiak Municipal, and there's Kodiak Trident Basin, and so anyway, this is the PADQ, and we're going to just follow the same route as we did last time. We're going to depart to the northeast. We're going to come up here to the, I think this is Spruce Island. We're going to head around the north of Spruce Island into Afanac Strait, through the Whale Passage, out the Cupernuff Strait, and then around the corners here, all these little capes, Ugat and Rocky Point down here to Karluk. And with any luck, we'll be able to get into Karluk, and we'll be able to deliver or meet, I should say, meet our assignment. So here's the assignment basically. By the way, when you download the scenery package from our friend LP News, you get these are included in it, and there's, I don't know, quite a few. I don't even know how many, but we're going to just take time every month and do one or two of these. And this is a wheeled or helicopter route. But you've got Alicia, who's a geologist, and Bob. They're waiting at Benny Benson, at Kodiak Benny Benson. We're here at Servant Air. We're going to pick them up, and we're going to drop them off at Karluk, and then we're going to return back to Kodiak Benny Benson. So we've put in the passengers, the weight, we've got everything set and hopefully matched up according to the challenge. And yeah, let's do it. Let's have some fun. Sorry for the delay tonight on the stream, but I just duty called, and that's kind of what happens. So fuel's going to be turned on, and controls, system, TAWs, all that stuff. Basically, we just need to make sure everything is where it should be. We don't have the ability to turn our terrain radar warning system off, Betty, as they call it. Switches, instruments, those are all ready to go. Again, yep, everything down, everything's in the correct position. Flaps are up, all of this stuff is back and idle and cut off and all that fun stuff. Flaps are up, I said. Trim, trim is in good shape. Okay, let's get some power going here, and let's check on some of that stuff. Actually, I don't know what my trim is doing until I get the power going. Auxiliary fuel pump coming on, ignition coming on. Starter is going to low idle. Hey, Big Tech 101. Thanks for the follow, my man. I didn't see it there. I didn't have anybody showing up in my viewer count, so glad there's somebody out there. It's not just me and the Kodiak, which that's okay, but um, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Welcome to Prop Culture. Good to have you on board. Doing well, doing well. It was a long day. It was one of those 12-hour shifts, and you've worked at 12, you know, you just kind of feel pretty worn out when it's all said and done. But good day to be done with. Got a lot done. Just one of those days where there was lots to do. All right, rest of that stuff can come off. Avionics buses on. Let's go prop lever to full forward. And let's see. My trim is indeed in good shape. My flaps are up. I'm making good power. And all that good stuff looks good. Let's see what else is left here. Ignition, inlet, and lights. Need to make sure that is closed right now. Hey, buddy. All right. Well, I'll show you how not to do it. But it's a fun bird. It is a fun bird. We're gonna go ahead. I should have had this already on. Beacons should have been on. And I do have. Let's see. I do have the plenty of daylight here. But I am going to still turn on the instrument panel and the switch panel lighting. Just sometimes this panel can get a little bit dark. All right, harnesses. I'm pretending those are on. I've checked those, and we're idling right now. Everything's looking good there. And I don't have any ATC out here, so I'm just going to squawk mode C and VFR, and we're going to get going. I do want to check, though, Charlie, and let's just go ahead. We'll turn it on. I do want to check the weather forecast here real quick, just so we can kind of get a feel for where we're wanting to depart from. Live weather is active. It looks like winds are 020 at 6. We've got beautiful clear skies. Of course, that's what we had last time we tried to do this route. It was clear here at Benny Benson, and it was not so clear over there at Karluk. 2999er. But I have a new tool in my weather tool belt right now that I didn't have last time, called windy.com, and it's going to give me a way to look here at Kodiak Island, and just to make sure. So we're here, and we're going kind of over here basically, so we can check these clouds out. This is the feature I really like. So the cloud base, and green is good, so that's 5,000 feet. You know, and so we're really looking pretty good. You can see we're going to have a little bit of a headwind going out, so you know, we'll just prepare for that. Redneck loving life. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Visibility, yeah, no major issues here. So it's just up to us now to actually get the heck over there and back. And so let's take one last look here at our diagram, and let's see where we need to go. We're over here, parked over here. Winds were 020. So, gosh, we may have a long taxi here. Foxtrot down to Charlie to Bravo, take off heading to the north. That's probably the best departure runway, but you know what, honestly, how bad were the winds? Can we just do a crosswind departure? Yeah, they're only 6 knots. I think we could do a crosswind departure in that. So we're just going to come down here on Foxtrot and use runway 8. That saves us a little bit of taxi time, and it gets us in the air that much quicker. We do want to head out of here generally to the north. Kenny. Hello, 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 and welcome. So let's spin this around, point it northbound. If we need to, throw the autopilot on. I believe we filed 2500. So I'll dial that in. I'm pretty much expecting to hand fly this today. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. If I can find if I can find runway 8. I have to go right over there. Yeah. I have to go just to my right a little bit and we'll be ready. Okay. Touch the toe brakes. We might as well put taxi on here. Kenny, after last night's landing, I don't know why you guys would trust me with anything. A 500 negative 530 something clunker of a landing last night. Holy moly. That was a rough one. We'll see if the Kodiak is any kinder to us or not. Let's make a quick call here. Benny Benson traffic, Kodiak 11816, taxiing runway 8, VFR departure northbound. Benny Benson. There wasn't much to see. That was probably the worst part. Is if you're going to have a bad landing like that, you need to catch fire or something. Something needs to break so that you could clip it and save it for posterity. But for me, it was just like one more sort of sketchy landing in a novel full of sketchy landings. Just another page. But you get back up on the horse, right? That's what you do. So I think we need to back taxi maybe just a hair. Make sure we get everything here. No traffic around, obviously. You guys would certainly be welcome to join me on any of these if you felt so inclined. You do need to go get the LP Nils scenery, though. Otherwise, 90% of where I'm able to fly just won't show up on your sim. It is an X-plane only scenery pack, I'm sorry to report. But, well worth it. Alright, let's do final checks here and make sure we're ready for a departure. Strobes navs coming on. Don't need any pitot heat today. Landing light is on. And everything else I think looks pretty good. Can't believe everything you read on the internet, right? Isn't that what Abraham Lincoln was quoted to say? Flaps going to 1. And again, left-hand departure here. Benny Benson traffic, Kodiak 816, departing runway 8. We're making a left-hand turn out VFR northbound, Benny Benson. Here we go. Karluk or bust? Oh, feeling that crosswind a little bit. Oh, squeaking the tires a little bit. There's 55. We can rotate. This thing's just a big Skyhawk, really. Well, not a big Skyhawk. Kind of a portly Skyhawk. Has essentially the same ref speeds as a Skyhawk, if not slower in some cases. We've got the cargo pod on there, obviously. And yeah, we're just going to head up here and let's see. The obligatory taking off shot. That's pretty cool. Should be climbing. I'm climbing a little fast, actually. I should be climbing at about 75 right now. But that works. Pull my prop lever back. We'll get the torque and RPMs all situated here. Whoa, whoa. Kind of get settled into our groove. Here's again one of the, like I say, one of the 3 airports that are here. This is the Kodiak Municipal Airport, and it's a part of the adventure that LP Nils has created for us down here. And then there's also a seaplane base. And he's put a few boats. He's actually sprinkled a lot of things down here. Some ocean wildlife, some inland wildlife, seaplane bases, helicopter pads, cabins. He's got gravel bars that are unmarked that if you find them, you can land on them and can have a beer with the hippies on the beach there. Probably grill you a hot dog too or something, whatever they're grilling on their campfire. So just a cool little place. Well, not a little place. Kodiak Island's a huge place, but a pretty neat adventure. Okay, let's put our noise cancelers on here. Much better. Now I can hear myself think a little bit. And just about up there. Oh, we're actually a little past 2,500. So how about we bring things down here? I like those hippies. They're nice. They're welcoming. They're always happy to see me. I'm just happy backpacking across Kodiak Island. Happy that they made one more night without getting eaten by one of those big old Kodiak browns. Got to give them credit. Okay, so like I say, I'm thinking this is Spruce Island here that we're gonna go around, out and around this guy there, and then that takes us into or toward, I guess, the Afanac Strait. You can kind of cut through the northern part of Kodiak Island. You kind of see what I'm talking about. It's right down there, and yeah, we'll use this a little bit. I'm not going to lie. We've got it. We're in the Kodiak. We got it. We'll probably reference it just a little bit, but we're starting to, a little at a time, starting to get a little bit more familiar with the area. So, you know, we need to rely on technology a little bit less every time. So I'm looking for about 1,600 on the torque, and I'm looking for about 2,000 on the RPM. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's kind of the sweet spot here, guys. So I'm just nudging things forward here, and I don't know if I'll quite get to both of those or not, but that's where it runs the best. And boy, I should make sure that I stay down right around 2,500. Not that I am anticipating a lot of traffic today, but you never know. It's on days like that where you have all kinds of problems, right? So Redneck Loving Life and Kenny Monster say hello to Big Tech 101. He's our newest propeller head. And Big Tech 101. Let me introduce you to Redneck Loving Life and Kenny Monster. A couple of the many awesome folks that frequent my stream. I'm fortunate to have those guys stop by, call them my friend. It's a good group to hang out with. No, now I'm redlining because I got the nose down and I'm down below 2,500. It is. You're absolutely right, Redneck. It's a cool place to hang out. It's been a lot of fun. All right. Fogbound turtle. Oh no, Kenny Monster found me again. He'll do that, Fogbound. He does that to me all the time. Then he claims that I'm the one following him around. He does that. You got to watch him. You got to keep an eye on him. All right. It's a little hazy, but I tell you what, I will take this all the way to Karluk and back. And right around this corner is kind of where we're going. I like to buzz these coastlines a little bit just because I'm finding little things. I told you there were hidden away places, and I'm finding little things as we go. We actually did find a couple of spots when we made this trek last time, and I think one of them is coming up right here. Might be a couple little spots actually. Seems like there was like a little cabin or something, and or no, maybe this was this was the Ozinki airstrip right up there on the top of kind of on the southwestern corner there of Spruce Island. We flew over that guy last time. That might be the guy we're looking at down here. Then again, maybe not. It's tough to tell. No, Bozinki's right in there. That's right. I think it's actually maybe a fairly good sized. I don't know if it's paved or not, but what is it? Let's just check here. Gravel, but it does have some lighting, so it's not just your typical bush strip. And but you want to be looking for stuff like this because you never know when there could be like a little gravel bar or something to land on an inland one, or sometimes along these shorelines. Like I say, he'll put some opportunities for you to land. The first one of these that we flew, actually, it was a seaplane deal, and you had to land and beach your seaplane up on the rocky shores. We didn't beach the seaplane just because X-Plane is kind of cranky about that, but we did pull up sort of next to the cabin and deliver our goods, I guess. We sort of made the people, I guess, swim to shore a little bit, but yeah, you just never know. Little places like that, they can contain hidden gems and little Easter eggs, and yeah, it's a ton of fun. All right, so we are in. By the way, we don't need to hug Spruce Island too closely, but we are now in. This is Marmot Bay, and we're gonna just kind of keep working our way in here. And I think I need to go a little bit north to catch. Looks like there's a couple ways that you could get there. I think we did the Afanac Bay last time, but I suppose you could go either way around this mountain right here. Hey, Rob Valkyrie's checking in. Hello, Rob. Happy Tuesday, my friend. I feel like you were with me, Rob, last time I made this. I attempted this. Still don't have the barking dog, man. What's up with that? Yeah, I don't know. All you have right now is the purple star of greatness. But I'm trying. I've submitted it, Rob. And soon you'll be the proud owner of the barking dog Twitch emote. You may be the first ever in the history of the channel. So, anyway. All right, you guys. So we're going to just kind of head over here. Again, just looking for hidden gems, trying to get a lay of the land. This is Whale Island that we're zipping across. And if we keep our eyes peeled, we see things. Sometimes you see whales jumping. I have saw those things. I think that's just a fishing boat. There are, aircraft carriers that have been known to frequent the area. And yes, I have made a landing or two on the aircraft carriers if they happen to be in the right place at the right time. I don't really go search them out, but kind of fun to set her down on the deck of a carrier. All right, we're close to being trimmed out, you guys. Only took me, 26 minutes now? I say that, and now we're climbing again. Sort of hard to get trimmed when you have a little bit of wind coming at you. You never know if that doesn't always stay the same, and both in direction and magnitude. Tell me if you see anything interesting, guys. We'll zip down. We'll take a closer look, and I'll add it to my list of places that I may need to find later on. Like like little spots like that. You kind of wonder if Mr. Nils put anything down there or not. That's actually one of the things that I am most excited about in terms of flying these air taxi assignments. Is it's just a purposeful way to go around, around the island and get a sense of what's out there. So we did have, by the way, Port Lions was over, and I missed that, guys. I should have. I guess we could have went around south around Whale Island, and we would have saw Port Island. Darn. Well, darn it. That's a cool little strip. I departed out of there, I think, the first time I came up here, out of Port Lion. Port Lions, sorry, plural. Okay, we're in the Afanac Strait, I believe, at this point, and I think where it widens out here a little bit is called Whale Passage. I think Whale Passage actually kind of wraps around the southern end there of Whale Island. But yeah, you can't beat the weather here today. Boy, it is nice. Almost thought I saw a cabin down there. Did not. There's another boat out there. I wonder if it's just another fishing vessel. Yep, looks like it. No, this looks more like a destroyer or something. Oh, there's a whale jumping. Did you see it? We'll keep our eyes peeled out there, see if we see it again. There it is. Ha ha ha. Your first whale sighting, guys. That's got to be good luck, right? Got to be. So the plan is to take it through here, through Whale Passage, out through Kupreanof Strait, and essentially hang a left as soon as we run out of terrain and just follow the coastline back down to the southwest. Might get one more look at that whale over here. This might have a helipad on it. Yeah, I don't know what kind of a boat that is actually. Maybe it's not a military boat, but anyway. So if you like your rotary wing aircraft, this is got plenty of adventures for you as well. And the old custom November 11816 livery. One nice feature that Thuranda puts in their aircraft. Because I'm not a plane maker, not a livery guy. It's kind of nice to be able to toss your own number on there from time to time. All right, we're just about out, and again, once we get out here to the end of Kupreanof, we're going to just start to generally turn a little bit more south, go past these points basically. So we're going to count them here. 1, Cape Ugat is 2, Rocky Point is 3, or we can count the bays. There's Vakota Bay is 1. This is the Uganik Bay is 2. And then the Spridden, or the, I guess, Uyak Bay could be 4, and then we'll be there. Pick up this little Karluk River, and yeah, that's where we made it that far last time. We just, like, literally, we were probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles away from Karluk, and then like this low layer of oceanic fog set in, and by the time we got ready to you know, try to make our approach into Karluk, man, it was just, there was no visibility. We took it all the way down, basically all the way down to the deck. I mean, we were well below legal VFR. I think we were 200 feet above the ocean or something. And yeah, it was just not meant to be. Tried a couple different approaches, and it was weird because when we flew up and out of the area, it's set in like a little bit of a bowl, and when we flew up and out, as soon as we got up to about 500 feet, it was nice and clear skies, but there just was stuff sitting right in. And when we went back and kind of looked at the weather, unfortunately for us, it was actually coming from off the ocean. It was moving inland, and so really that weather, it was just going to sit in there for a long time. So we made the decision to head back. We chose not to push it. Now the winds today are actually similar to what we had the last time we were here. Well, no, I take that back. So here's where we're going. Yep, Karluk. Nope, they are. The winds were blowing kind of right up the river here. And so we came and we basically went in on a right downwind, and we were going to just turn base to final, just in the confines of this little bowl. And so it's a tight little approach here, but it favored the wind on that day, and it looks like it's favoring the wind again for us today. You know what I could do is this. Let's get that turned on. That should have been on ALT. Let's turn wind option 2, and okay. I think we're doing good. I have not been looking for my hidden gems here along the way. We did, like I say, last time we flew down here, we did find a couple of cabins. If you look on the sectional, there's cabins just dotted all over this place. Now, I'm not saying LP Nils modeled all of them, but he modeled quite a few. And again, every so often, some of these ones that he modeled, he put places where you could land. And so I think we might have seen one here. I'll kind of try to keep my eyes peeled off the coast. I thought we saw one. It was kind of like a little bit of a scenery glitch. It was like out in the water just a little bit, if I remember right. Al South MIA. Hello, sir. Good to see you, man. Downwind Simulations. Yeah, the gang is all here now. By the way, the Melvin Leroy channel is sponsored by Downwind Sim Binoculars, the best optics in flight sim. Get your pair at www.downwindsimbinoculars.com. Just like old times, yes indeed, yes indeed. Fire up your Kodiaks, boys, or fire up your Turbo Porter and meet me in Karluk, Kodiak Island. We'll have some adventures. We've been up here before, the three of us. We've actually been a little further north of this. We've messed around up by the glaciers there, up by I'm forgetting the name. Where were we? Downwind, where were we when we were doing our glacier run? The name of the oh jeez Louise. Yeah, Ruth Glacier. Yep. And the Eldridge Glacier. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, up there a little north of I was trying to remember the town that we took off from. P-A-K-T, I think. Talkeetna? Does that sound right? Talkeetna? Anyway, we've messed around. We've bent some, yeah, Talkeetna. I think that's right. We've bent some metal up there. we've maybe caught an engine or two on fire. I flipped a float plane or two, but we've had some fun. All right, so this is kind of our second little set of bays right there. We have crept up just a little bit here. I could probably already start down a little bit. I mean, we're getting this next set of bays. I think is right before, if I'm counting right before we get to Rocky Point, and then Rocky Point is just shy of the Karluk River. Well, jump on here, Downwind. There's time. I still have to fly back to Benny Benson, so there's lots of chances to get in trouble around here. Al South MIA asks a very good question. Actually, a pair of good questions. I can say that I have not yet. I think I would probably go ahead and just get the full-blown version when I do. Although I don't know what the price is, they'll probably be quite a bit more. But I want to let some people mess around with it a little bit before I invest. And I have to get a graphics card. That's my next investment. So yeah, I'm holding off. I don't know. Has anybody else made the leap. I know our friend Slant Alpha Adventure has prepaid, and he's excited about trying it out. It has some potential. There's no doubt about it, and it premium version pre-ordered. Rob Valkyrie, awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna rely on you guys. I'm gonna need to see like what's Karluk look like. I mean, I know they're posting all these shots of, San Francisco International and ooh, look at the weather and here's my here's my my carbon cub that I'm flying around and yada yada yada. But yeah, I want to see what Fish Lake looks like. I want to see what Johnson Creek looks like. I want to see what this kind of stuff looks like. Yeah. And I think they're going to get a lot. There's going to be a lot of hot fixes. You know what I'm saying, early on, and yeah, we're gonna. I'm with you, Al South. I think we let people kind of work through that, and we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go later on. Of course, later on, that's instead of it being $150 or whatever it is, it's going to be twice that probably. But um, yeah, if it's it's one of those things. If the market will bear it, good for them. What's Ryan Field? That's right, Kenny. That's what we're concerned about. Hey, it's great if Boston Logan is cool, but yeah, I need to know what some of those smaller places look like. 1080's looking smooth. Oh yeah, down with Sim. I was going to tell you, the issue that I'm having now is the uploads to YouTube. They are they are stuttery and jumpy and pausy, and I don't know if it's I'm watching them mostly on my phone, so I tried to watch a little bit on my machine tonight, but I don't know if I've got a setting when I upload that makes it look funny or not. But anyway, um, Fogbound Turtle says take it as an indication or not, but most of the alpha testers have pre-ordered the game, and you are an alpha tester. Ah, very nice, very nice. Well, I know, Fogbound Turtle, that does speak volumes, and so that's good to hear. And I definitely see myself checking it out at some point. I've always been a believer in competition as being a good thing, and so that'll be good for everybody. It'll be good for P3D. It'll be good for X-Plane, and hopefully it'll be good for MSFS. All right, so we're across this last little combination of bays here. The Jeez, if I can pronounce it right, the Spiridon Bay and the Uyak Bay. Nope, and I wouldn't ask you to. I wouldn't want to jeopardize your ability to remain in the test or future testing, Fog. So what you've said right there is exactly what I think you needed to say without saying anything, if you know what I mean. And I hope you hear what we're saying from a very tiny sliver of this flight sim community. Is what we're really hoping for is we want good bush trips. We want good off-airport landing opportunities. We want sandbars. We want seaports, and so take that feedback. I know that's again, we're a small percentage, but I think there's more of us every month, more GA guys, and especially more bush pilots. So the more that those sceneries can be, enhanced, I think the more it's just the more potential customers you have. All right, let's start to pay attention because guess what? Mr. Foggy Fog or Mr. Low Lying Clouds is making his appearance again. And I'm looking at windy.com here. Cloud base. I'm still seeing greens, mostly greens. So I'm hoping that these are going to stay a little high up, because I do have a little ways to go yet before I get to the Karluk River. This coming up right here at our, I believe, well, I take that back. That's not Rocky Point. I think this right here is considered Rocky Point. So we have one more little peninsula sticking out. Yep, that's that guy right there. This is kind of what I'm looking at, you guys. Sorry. So Rocky Point, we've got this next little peninsula with which there's a little river running here, but then the next big outcropping here, Cape Karluk. That's what we're looking for. And we're going to have to fly in, make a right-hand pattern, and make our landing. So wish me luck. I am trying to descend. I'm trying to take a little power out here, just nice and easy. And I'm probably within 10 miles. So I think I'm going to make my call. Karluk traffic, Kodiak 11816, 10 miles to the northeast inbound. We'll be landing to the west, Karluk. I don't know what the runway calls are here. What are they? Oh, it's a right-hand pattern. Oh, okay, hold on here. Right-hand pattern to 28. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. Right-hand pattern RP28. I think I can see down here the kind of the western edge of Cape Karluk. And so we'll be turning before that tall rocky outcropping. I need to go through my landing checklist here. Selectors, breakers are all in. I don't, that's turned on automatically. Can't turn that off. VREF, I'm looking at, I did not check that. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Generally speaking, right around 55. So we'll tentatively click that down. My lights are on. Airport emergency programming. Abort emergency planning. Yeah, this is the part. If you ever watch Missionary Bush Pilot, this is the part where Ryan starts talking about things like, if I crash, or I know I'm going to crash, here's what I do. I'm not at that point as a pilot to where I can say things like, climb at 85, consider what are all of them downwind. We always chuckle about that. Consider feather, crack the door, push the ELT. I don't even know. There's a bunch of them. He goes through it every time he does. But that's abort emergency procedures. We're not going to talk about that. Prop full forward harnesses. I'm going to pretend those babies are on. And we're not quite ready for flaps just yet. I'm trying to get down to flap speed though. Cut off, pull off, shut off. That's right. Cut off right there. pull off, no, cut off is all the switches. Pull off is all the levers, right? And then shut off are the fuel. That's right. You got to get all that stuff shut down so you don't harness switches overhead. What? What are you talking about? Is there something up here I don't know about that I should? Harness, inertia, must be locked for, oh, so this has to be, what? It has to be locked? Oh, gosh, I didn't know that. That's awesome, dude. Whoa, hey, hello. So I can do more than just pretend to put my seatbelt on. So cool. Kyle, I just learned something new about this plane. I love it. It's the plane that keeps on giving. Okay, we're just about to the Cape. Cutoff is fuel. Oh, this guy right here. That guy right there, isn't it? Yep, you're right. Yep, cut off, pull off, shut off. Yep, crack the door. Oh, that's not it. All right, well, we'll talk more later. I gotta see if I can land this. Karluk traffic, red and white, Kodiak. We're over the bay. We're gonna be making a right-hand pattern runway 28, Karluk. That's emergency power lever. Okay. So this is a little bit of a tricky approach. It gets me almost all the time because the runway is actually up. It's elevated a little bit. You can see it right there. So you've got the sea level that you're kind of wanting to get down to. And like I'm way too low. Like I'm at 720 feet right now. I'm actually only just a couple hundred feet above the runway itself is at like 150 feet. All right, so there's a notch of flaps, and we should check in with the search and rescue. All stations WEWAC. Yeah, we won't worry about that. Okay, I need to get the power down here a little bit more. As you can see, not a lot of room. So you just take it in as close as you can to this hillside. You take your look over there. There's the runway. And there's villagers out, I'm sure, watching. Karluk traffic, red and white Kodiak, right base to final runway 28, Karluk. Get her pulled back a little bit. I'm super fast right now, you guys, really fast. I was worried about my altitude and was not paying attention to speed. I should be down around 75 or so, maybe even less if I can get it. All right, there's the runway. Speed's coming down. Altitude is, we're a little low. Okay, second notch of flaps is in. Now my power is back. See how we do, guys. Speed kind of crept back up on me a little bit. Final notch over the numbers. Oh, ballooning a little bit. Ballooning, ballooning, ballooning. Alright, we're down. Really crabbed into that wind. Oh, I'm taking out a cone. Taking out a cone or two. Sorry, game and fish geologist guy. Whew. And welcome to Karluk. I was too fast. You're right, man. You are right. But 209. That's just your basic solid put her down bush landing. Let's taxi back and we will unload our fairly shook up passengers. Taxi can be turned off. We did leave the engine inlet on, which we probably could have turned that off once we got airborne, but we'll leave it on now that we're down on the ground. Thumping and bumping. I forgot to turn my internal sounds down a little bit. Hear all that geology gear back in their backpack rattling around. Hope there's nothing broken back there. I'm at Karluk. Papa Alpha Kilo Yankee. And I'm going to be getting ready to head back to Papa Alpha Delta Quebec. Oh, don't hear the plane on the stream? Okay. I do have the noise cancelers in. It's banging around like heck on my headphones, but that's okay. All right, we even have a plane here waiting for us. What kind of plane is that? Is that a kind of a high wing little Cessna action or what? All right, well, we're going to let our guys off here and we'll get ready to head back. I'm going to go ahead and put the brakes on. Let's turn the lights off. We'll shut down. I turn the avionics off first. Gens, all that can come off. Turn that off. I can turn that off. All right, welcome to Karluk. And is there a way? Can I open the door? Yeah, there we go. Door open. Cargo pod open. Maybe there's not a way to open up the main. There we go. There we go. All right. We can let everybody off. Get your stuff. Mic volume has been good tonight. All right, cool. Good to hear. All that stuff opens up for them to get all their things out. Oh, I guess they have to climb out of this thing Dukes of Hazzard style. Holy cow. Is there not another door on this thing? Oh, doesn't look like it. There's two kind of pilot's doors, but apparently not. Apparently nothing for the passengers to get out. That can't be right, can it? I think it is. All right. Well, while they're getting unloaded, let's plot our course back to Benny Benson. So let's switch this up. This is going to be KY, and this will be PQ. And we can kind of decide where we want to go. We got those guys dropped off, and the company's already given us a full tank of gas. So, do you just need the Kodiak Island scenery? Affirm. I'm assuming when I say that you have already the ortho, and that probably is the only kicker is that you have to. Let me think about this. You can't use Ned 1/3. And no, that's not true. You can't use Bing. If you use Bing, you get no elevation. So, oh gosh, I'm maybe gonna say that wrong. I might have to look here. Let me fire up my ortho because it takes a while. Do you have ortho already downwind? Because if not, I don't know how well this stuff is gonna work. Let me see what I have out here. one of our standard ways of doing it did not produce the elevation data. So, all right, so arc 16 is what I ended up using as per LP Nils's recommendations. So I don't know what you have, but if you install the scenery package and you find that you don't have any mountains or anything, any terrain essentially, go back and fire up the old Arc 16. All right. Anyway, back to business. Back to serious business before Downwind Sim got us distracted like he always does. So here we are. Where do you want to go, guys? I mean, we could zoop down here around the southern part of the island. We could shoot up in here through like Larson Bay. We could try to zigzag our way through the mountains just all the way back. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I happen to know for a fact that there are some off island or off airport landing opportunities here, kind of in the Larson Bay area. Hey, Dakota Pilot, how are you, man? So we could absolutely just head back around Rocky Point, and I don't remember exactly where they are, but there's a couple of like little um, gravel bars that we could land on if you wanted to try to do that. And or we could. Okay, Al South is at Kodiak, PADQ. So yeah, so Al, that's where we departed from, and just kind of came across here about 60 miles to the western coast, and we're getting ready to head back that way. Um, so yeah, it's kind of up to you guys. Should we try to do that? Is anybody opposed to that? If I see if I can find, I know there's two little spots in here. One of them I thought was just right here by Rocky Point somewhere, and then the other was might have been in here on Zacher Bay. And then there was a third one. Oh man, I can't remember. All right, yeah, let's crash in the middle. So head toward Larson Bay, Al South, and that's generally the direction I'm going to be going. I'm going to try to. I think there's a little spot to land here, and then there's like another little. Maybe it's in. Gosh, I don't even. I watch. I won't be able to find either one of them, but that'll be the attempt anyway. And yeah, we'll go with that. I think I have three. I put 3 hours of fuel on there, so I've got over 2 hours still to go. All right, I think our passengers are off. Let's close up. Oh, whoops. Close all doors. Zoop 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 zoop. And let's get things started again here. So, okay, fuel cap selectors, the controls, TAWs switches are all in the right spot. Flaps, I did pull those up. Okay, let's get this going so I can see where my trim's at. Aux pump on, ignition on, low motor. Looking for 14 on the NG. Okay, condition lever to idle. Watching the ITT, watching the torque, watching the RPMs. Everything's spinning up like it should be. Stabilizing. That looks good. Turn everything else on here. Prop lever comes full forward. Forgot again to turn the beacon on. Doggone it. Alright, check the trim here. That's our next item on the checklist. It needs to come up a little bit. Right about there. Okay, trim. Inlet, that needs to be turned on so I don't suck any rocks up into the turbine. That I left the harness switch on And we're just about ready to taxi. Be departing again on runway 28. Karluk traffic, Kodiak 816. We're going to be back taxiing runway 28 VFR departure back to the east up the coast, Karluk. Taxi coming on. Squawking 1200, we're ALT. I think we're ready. Downwind sim, I see what you mean about the little bit of weirdness. It's the, you can see the back edge of the dash kind of just shows through just a little tiny bit on mine, and then when you get kind of away from it, I mean, it doesn't look too bad there, but when you get at a certain angle, you pick up a little bit of a weird kind of reflective thing there, but otherwise I love that little checklist box. All right, boys and girls, here we go. Stuck in the mud a little bit here. I think it's going to take us a second to get going. Kind of one of the downfalls of X-plane scenery. The physics of terrain that is not either a taxiway or a runway. It's a little bit funky. Okay, that's clear. That is clear as well. Let's back taxi and make our hasty retreat past Rocky Point and up into the Kodiak Bay. Let's see if we can find that gravel bar. Set the flaps for takeoff. And you would think, and again, if you can't hear this, you'll have to take my word for it, but you'd think I had an empty 50-gallon oil drum crashing around in the back of this plane with as much noise as it makes. Boom, 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 boom. All right. That's set. Let's get our lights on. Strobe nav landing light is on. Engine bypass is set. Anti-icing not needed. Flaps are set. If we're not 40 knots by the fat guy in the yellow shirt, we're going to abort. Full reversers, heavy braking. If we go off, we're going to go off to the right and ditch in the water. All right, there's 40 knots. There's rotation. This thing is a rocket ship. See you next time, Karluk. There's a little church there that you can use as a waypoint if you're landing the other way. All right. Flaps coming up, and we're going to turn back toward Rocky Point. Whoa. Let's keep the nose down there. And I'm going to keep it fairly low here because, yeah, you're right about that, Dakota. I'm going to keep it fairly low so I can see this sandbar here. It's not the easiest thing to see. The only time I've found both of these, well, there's 3 off airport strips, and I was actually flying with LP Nils, and he led us to them. So All right. Oh boy. Yep. All right. So we're out of here. There's Karluk. We're gonna go around Rocky Point. And oh, you trying to call me? Am I not on 22.8? Oh, I'm on 21.9. That's why. Here I was thinking I was doing the right thing this whole time. But it crashed into the water. Karluk traffic, Kodiak 11816, com check. Oh geez, 2278. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. There we go. No, I'm not. 2380. You got to be kidding me. 22. How hard is it to tune in? There we go. Radio check.
Hey, radio frequency tuning is a new concept for you?
I don't have a spot on my little checklist box, so I'm lost.
Okay.
All right.
What airport are you heading to?
I'm heading toward Larson Bay. Papa Alpha Lima Bravo.
Say again?
Papa Alpha Lima Bravo. Larson Bay. No, yeah, Larson Bay.
Larson Bay.
And before I do that, I'm going toward Spiridon Bay to see if I can find a gravel bar.
Alright, let me get my sectional out and I'll try to find it.
Where are you located at, sir?
Right where you just took off from?
Roger. So northeast past Rocky Point, and I'll hold at Rocky Point. Actually, no, I'm not going to hold at Rocky Point because I'm not 100% sure where this place is. So I'm going to keep heading in and see if I can find it, and I'll report if I do see it. If you had plane command, I could have just said. Oh, you're right.
So it'll be just a second.
Roger. You're right, Dakota. I see you use that tool, and you use it well, my friend. Okay, so we're under control here, somewhat. And again, we're looking for right up one of these two bays that are coming up. We have two potential gravel bars, guys. I promise you, they're in here somewhere. I may not be able to find them, but for some reason, I feel like one of them is right here by Harvester Island, and that's where I'm gonna start my search. But I need to get lower because I can't, like, you wouldn't be able to see it. There's we're looking for hippies. Remember, Kenny Monster, we're looking for hippies. And they're down there waiting for us with their PBRs. They've been backpacking for 2 months. Okay, so I think these are the Harvester Islands, and I'm just gonna kind of take it down here nice and low. I'm way high. I am way high. Let's cut some power and let's drop down here just a touch. And it's not on the island themselves. It's just inland. There's a bunch of cabins listed on the sectional, and but there's just one little stretch, and it may be further up the river here too. Gosh, I don't know. I've been there, but I don't remember where it's at. You know how that works. So we're just gonna go look around. The boss, if we're home an hour later than we said, he won't get too worried. If we're not home by the time it gets dark, he might get a little worried. All right, so here we go. Here's a little something. There's a little something. That's not the sandbar, I don't believe. Well, that might be. That's not the place where I landed before. There's some stuff going on there though, that's for sure. Yeah, Dakota Pilot, it's this is cool. It's a cool spot. LP Nils, if you were a little late getting here, this is his work, his doings. And yep, some ortho. This is arc, zoom level 16. Yeah, so here we go. This has to be all right. I recall this. This is not where this is where one of the cabins. Yeah, so you can land a float plane over there, and there's a dock I think right here. Yep. So this is a
Karluk traffic,
float
Kodiak
plane area.
Hotel Sierra Fast Taxi runway 28 for departure to the northeast.
And Karluk traffic, I just flew past the Harvester Islands, and I'm heading in toward the bay. In toward the bay? Into the bay. Turning south.
Roger, 748.
So now, now. I mean, if nothing else, we can do a quick pit stop at Larson Bay, but that's not. Uh-oh, my phone's blowing up here. Uh-oh. Bad stuff happening. Must be it's from fellow administrators. Oh, I've seen it. Okay. So we just had one of the things I was working on tonight was I was a part of a public forum that was discussing our plan to reopen our schools. And you guys, I'm sure you know how public forums go. They're everybody that has an axe to grind shows up.
Karluk traffic, Kodiak 748 Hotel Sierra departing runway 28 to the north. Karluk.
They just show up to complain about stuff. And so anyway, for the most part, people were good and they asked good questions and behaved themselves. But I'm worried a little bit about some of the inevitable fallout because not everything that we're going to be able to do as a district is exactly what everybody else who's an expert in education, even though they don't have any training in education, thinks we should be doing as a district. So it's one of those deals. There's an aircraft carrier. Do we dare try to land on that aircraft carrier? No, because I think I found my sandbar opportunity. This is looking super familiar. All right, let's take a peek here. Yes, this is looking very familiar. Let's see if we can locate it though. Yeah, right. You're exactly right. Or the thing that always cracks me up is they'll have one bad thing happen to them at some point in time, either to them or to their kids, and they'll like harbor that. And like every time there is any kind of a public meeting, oh, this is actually just I say just this is Larson Bay. Every time there's any kind of a public meeting, they'll bring that up and they'll be mad about it. And um, yeah, so we can make a stop here. This is not a bad spot. Larson Bay traffic, red white Kodiak going to overfly the field at 600 toward the southwest. Larson Bay. No wonder this was looking so familiar. There's the airstrip. Yeah, right, exactly. And so then you end up having the same conversation about, I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry you're frustrated. I'm sorry we, didn't handle it the way you wanted us to handle it. Um, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about how do we reopen our school. All right. Um, so yeah, there's Larson Bay, a nice little strip. I think we'll go ahead and maybe do a quick touch and go there while Downwind Sim catches up to us. Larson Bay traffic, Kodiak 816. We're going to be making a right-hand traffic pattern back landing runway 24, Larson Bay. Touch and go. Not landing, I should say. All right, so that's not where I thought I was. Well, I was at a place where it was familiar, just not where the sandbar was. See how we do here. First notch of flaps coming in. Okay, selectors, breakers off, TAWs off. VREF about 55. Lights are set. Airport emergency abort emergency procedure. We laughed at that already. Prop. I left that sucker. I left that sucker locked. Flaps I just set, and we don't really have search and rescue. Landing checklist complete. Larson Bay traffic. Kodiak 816. Base to final runway 24. Larson Bay. So yeah, you can see that the aircraft carrier presents a challenge, by the way, when you're trying to land. He's circling and running away and coming at you, and I thought it'd be a little bit easier than it really was. Oops, I'm a little high here. Let's drop some power. Let's see if we can get back on the glide slope here. And we're just going to touch and go and depart right-hand pattern back out over the bay. There we go. That's better. Looks like the wind's coming right down the runway. That's perfect. Okay, final notch of flaps. Let's get our speed down to around 70 for the approach. There, that looks good. Again, we're looking for somewhere about 55 for the ref. See if we can get something under 200 for this touch and go. $258, man. Must have been a little bit of an uphill slope that got me. Acceptable. Acceptable. All right, off we go. Whoa, whoa. Little side slip there. Larson Bay traffic. Kodiak 816 on the go, and right-hand pattern back out over the bay. Larson Bay traffic. Okay, at this point in time, I think.
Yeah, I've got no elevation data for Kodiak Island. So, do you recall what the DEM source you used?
Yeah, I think it was. I've got one. I've got 1 second in my mind.
Okay.
But you know what? I would message Steve or LP Nils because that might not be right either. All I remember Steve saying, he made a comment. He's like, "Yeah, if we could just use Bing and net 1/3, we'd really have something." And that when I when I was that was I was halfway through my ortho bake, and I'm like, crud, because that's exactly what I had planned. Is there a way I can go look on my ortho for XP and give you that data right now? Can I look at something in a POL file or something in my scenery?
Not that I know of. I know it tells you what imagery you used, but it doesn't tell you what digital elevation model you used.
Roger. Yeah, I just message either Steve or LP Nils on that one. Or who else is flying with us? Wookie. Wookie was flying with us also. He might be one that could tell you.
All right. Thank you.
Bummer, man.
Well, it's easy to fly around here because it's flat.
True that. I was doing the old Dumb and Dumber thing the whole time. Man, I thought the Rocky Mountains were going to be a lot rockier.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're going to head into Spiridon Bay. I think that's how you say this. And see if we have any luck finding one of these.
All right, I'm gonna step off and fix this. You know how scenery snobbage is.
Yeah, I totally get it. There's no way to appreciate it without the elevation. So I'll be on here for a while though. Give me a holler, or I'll just talk to you later on.
Yep, very good. Thanks.
It is it's about 8 tiles to cook. Maybe not quite that many, but it takes a little while. Just trying to see if anything looks familiar here. As far as a sandbar, I really want to get into one sandbar, one gravel bar here before we make our way back. I mean, we could really easily just punch back direct Kodiak, direct Benny Benson, but man, it'd be nice to find one of those little spots. So I think we're actually heading into, this might be Zacher Bay. Looks like I've got another potential seaplane base. Anything over here? No. No. Yeah, I should have brought the floaty Kodi for tonight, man. Look at all these seaplane bases we found. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be there at some point flying a mission. Yeah, I think this is Zacher Bay that we're heading into right now. Zacher Bay has a little river that runs just off here to the east. Let's follow it. Just scud running a little bit here, you guys. All right, there's the river. Unmarked, really unnamed river on the sectional. But maybe if I was on the Kodiak sectional, it would actually have a name. All right. Nope, it doesn't. By the way, that's an old cannery. Or maybe not an old cannery. That's a cannery that we just flew by, not just a bunch of cabins, nameless cabins here. So we'll fly up this and we'll fly out the next bay. Actually, what we're going to do is fly up the, we're going to jump over a ridge line and fly out. I'll show you here in just a second. But we'll keep our eyes peeled for anything that we see that looks like it might be an Easter egg hidden by Mr. LP Nils. The other thing he's done is he said he's put like all kinds of wildlife out here. He said, I've got just about everything you could think of, and he said, I don't remember where like 90% of it is. So there's a few things, like he said, I think there's moose and mountain goats, and I have yet to see any of them. All right, so we're not going to worry about this. I don't think this bay has what we're looking for. Let me be a liar here. Let me make one little pass up this. No, it's not over here. Oh, I'm disconnected. My frame rate's dropped too low. Wow. Really? All right, let's do this. Let's just see. Data output. The scenery must be kicking my butt. Yeah, look at that. I'm down at 24. Okay, so let's make an adjustment here. What can I turn down? Number of world objects, maybe. Turn that down to high. Everything else is kind of down. Anti-Shropsic. What's this do? Oh, I got to restart my X-Plane to change that. I will leave that alone then. We'll just turn the world objects down a little bit here and see if that helps us out. Wouldn't it be something if he hit Sasquatch? Yeah. He may have. I mean, who knows? SRTM3, said Steve PHL. Okay, very good, very good. So I'm glad you asked him. It does sound right, downwind. It does sound right. All right, Al South. I am currently now. I am. I'm heading towards West Point Village. But first, I'm going to fly up the south arm of Huguenot Bay. So I'm still kind of over here on the western side of Kodiak Island. If you find Larson Bay, I just did a touch and go at Larson Bay, and now I'm basically just to the northeast of that. Yeah, so Dakota, what we found. Oh, wait a second. Not what have I done here? What we found is that the Ned 1/3, for whatever reason, at Kodiak Island, does not give you the terrain elevation. This is the weirdest dang thing. Did I miss my southern arm here? I think maybe I have. I need to keep going. So yeah, you sacrifice like a little bit of a little bit of definition, obviously, but I don't really notice it too bad. Yeah, maybe you're right, Rob. Maybe that's what it is, continental U.S. Because I know that we run into problems with ortho in in Alaska in general. Why am I redlining? What is going on? What is happening here? Just had too much torque or something there. This is not the plane that I can afford to ditch in. I don't have floats. Okay, so guys, here's where I'm at, by the way. I believe I'm heading up the south arm right now, and I'm going to head back down the east arm. And at that point, I'm going to turn and I'm going to just try to check out these areas again, looking for gravel bars, and then I'm going to just end up probably over here at West Point Village, and we may make a stop over there. I better check my fuel situation. Ooh, gosh. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. My frames are back up, thank goodness. So Al South, are you getting close to this area there? You're on the 280 radial off of Kodiak, 54 miles northeast from the VOR. Okay. So 280. So you're probably north of me then. So I would guess there's going to be some lag. If you're on the 280 radial, you're kind of heading up this direction. I can't maximize this. So my guess 280 is you're probably out here. If you're 54 miles north, well, if you're 54 miles north and east, you're up here, but you wouldn't be on a 280 then. It'd be if you're on a 280. Yeah, you're heading west. The OOK. Or maybe not. Maybe that's not the OOK. Is that the OOK? What is that? Yeah, ODK. Okay. ODK. So, hang on for a second. Let me make sure I'm not going to crash into a mountain. I'm not. So Al South, I think you're up here kind of by this 49, and I'm down here by this 49. That's my guess. And I want to let's plan on meeting at West Point Village. Papa Kilo Whiskey Papa. Yeah, no problem. Let's plan on meeting there. We'll fuel up and we'll go from there, okay? I'm on the hunt still. Eating homemade soft serve. Oh, you dirty dog. You. I've fallen off my northwest arm here, haven't I? That's Port Bailey I'm coming up on. Kilo Papa, no. KWP. Oh, that's West Point Village. That's where I want to end up. All right, so I'm actually pretty close to where I want to be. We're going to check out this bay, and he does suck, Kenny. I don't normally apply that word to people, but when you're sitting there eating soft serve and rubbing people's nose in it literally, well, figuratively, that's the definition of sucking. Suffering for all. Well, I'm just going to drink my ice water and like it. I don't even have any ice cubes left in it. That's how bad I have it. Okay, well, around we go. I'm in completely uncharted territory now. I have no idea if there's any sandbars anywhere around here. What is this little place? It's rendering like almost like a little lake here on my on my center, my MFD. Yeah, you can't go wrong with those, Rob. Okay, I'm starting to. What am I doing? Why? What am I getting? What's redlining down here? My oil pressure. Why would that be? I'm having some issues here. Al South, I'm having some issues, my man. Okay. Well, nothing of note right there. Definitely no sandbars, unfortunately. So I'm going to turn and I'm going to head toward West Point Village and see if I can make a landing there. See if I can meet back up with Al South MIA, and then I'm probably going to... what time is it? Oh boy, it's getting late. I'm going to need to probably head back to Benny Benson at that point in time. All right, my frames seem to have stabilized a little bit. I just think maybe I was in there with too much terrain needing to be drawn or something. We'll take that off. Oops. Give you the full windscreen to look at things here. I'm still disconnected. There we go. Now I'm back. Sorry if you've been trying to contact me, guys. I didn't realize I did not reconnect when I thought I did. Okay, so yeah, totally cheating right now. I'm looking at my map. I'm gonna have to go around the horn here, follow the coastline a little bit. I've not landed. I've never been to West Point Village, so I'm kind of excited about this. This is going to be kind of fun. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hold up, folks. Hold up, folks. I know I've said this before, and it was a false alarm, and I don't want to be the boy who cried wolf. But that looks like one of the sandbars. We're going to take a look. There's a boat there. We're going to have a look-see. Maybe I found one. Let's not crash into the ocean. Yes, indeed, and this is a tough one. A very tough one for a plane such as this, but we'll take a look. It's a low pass here, and the idea is you have to kind of carve it in at a little bit of an angle here. I'm going to just make a low pass because you're looking at something kind of, yeah, you can see the tracks in the mud. So you're sort of wanting to do something like this. There's the hippies. No, they're not hippies. I'm just kidding. I love hippies. All right, found one. All right, baby. Found one. Oh, and Al South MIA used the word strip. Got mod botted, predicting 444. Yeah, you might not be far off, Kenny, my monster. Let's see if we can get back the heck out of here and find where we're at. Get ourselves oriented. I didn't have a very good direction of flight here because it's kind of a curved approach. Let's see if we can just get a little bit of an orientation here. So I'm saying that's about my course. So I'm on the outbound of about 100, so I need to be inbound about 280, I would say. This will be fun. This will be fun. The only time I did this strip once, this was with LP Nils, but I was in the Porter. I was in the PC6. So it was a little bit of cheating. Crack door brace, yep. Consider prop, consider feather. If I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go in the crick to the right. I'm not gonna mess with the guy's fire. First notch of flaps, props full forward. We're gonna keep it nice and slow. Watch, I'll be too slow and I'll stall on the turn here. How about let's not? There we go. Coming around. I don't even know what radio call to make this. This doesn't even have a name, probably. I'm predicting several go-arounds. That's what I'm predicting. I got to get this thing just right. This is a Three Little Bears approach. That one was too fast. That one was too high. Second notch of flappage. Okay, I want to try to hug the trees a bit. Whoops. That sound is me getting down to ref speed. I'm a little bit early for that. All right, we're full flaps. Lights are on. We're crabbing into the wind. The wind is a little bit in our face, so that's nice. But the wind right now is 15 knots. My goodness. My goodness, son. Down we go. Will we stop? Nobody knows. Boy, look at that crab angle. That's crazy. What? That wasn't half bad, guys. I mean, I know it says 146, but holy guacamole! We're gonna look at that one. We're gonna look at that one. Holy moly! That was all right. That was all right. I mean, look at that son of a gun. Oh, that's the go around. I'm like, what? Doot 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 doot. Nothing makes you feel. Oh, I'm all the way back at yeah. Why are my doors open? What's going on there, guys? Here we go. For real this time. Yeah, why? Why are they open? that, maybe that's the warning I was getting. Look at that crabbage. That's one crabby girl right there. Must be. I'll check it when I get on the ground. Let's just take a look-see here. Yeah, that wasn't half bad. That was not half bad. Those are spoilers. Butter. Yeah, that's what ooh, should I fool? No, I won't. I was going to take a picture of that and try to trick our friend Jet Pilot Cinnamon. Cargo pod doors open. I don't know how if they've just been open the whole time, I guess. I don't know. It's a good thing we dropped off all of the geologist guys stuff back there. It was 146, yeah, 146. All right, so Al South MIA. I apologize. I landed just shy of West Point Village, and so Downwind Sim, if you're watching this, I think that well, I don't have to think. I've got the map, don't I? Can I zoom in here? All right, so there's West Point Village, just up the coastline. There's this little inlet. That's where I ended up. So just for future reference, if you're looking for a sandbar, yeah, yard sale, Alaska style. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's see what the hippies got going on over here, because there's some pretty pretty good looking hippies, man. Look, they got themselves a little cub, little tail dragger. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Look at that cub, Downwind Sim. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. All right, look at that cub. And then, let me see if I can get this to work. Look at that cub, and then look at this picture. How well can you see that? Probably not very well. Is that my grandpa when he was a young whippersnapper? Pre-World War II with his little blue and white cub. And there's my grandma, I guess, when she was back in the day. I digress. Out of focus. All right. It's my young grandpa. It's my young grandpa. I can't. There's probably no way to do this. I'm going to make one attempt to show you what I'm talking about. Um, I'm going to see if I can pull this up. If I pull this up, it'll be a miracle. Where did I just save that? Documents. came across a picture the other day. God, I'm not going to be able to do it. Darn it. Yeah, it should be there. This should work. This is crazy enough to work. Downloads, not desktop. Downloads. There we go. There we go. This is crazy enough to work. All right, so there we go. So that's the, this is the picture I was trying to hold up. And this is my grandpa. This is, you guys know, the stream is named for him. His name was Melvin. And I don't have the tail number here, but this is like a blue and white cub. Blue and silver. All right, maybe it's not him. Maybe it's not him. Well, anyway, I digress. I digress. I came across some stuff. I came across some stuff today that was pretty cool. So my mom is in cleaning mode basically, and so she's been showing me and bringing all these things. Yeah, it was before all the white paint fell off. And one of the things she brought me is I had my grandma who was married to Mel. Her name was Wilma. She had a brother. His name was Dick. And of course, back then everybody served in World War II, right? I mean, so I went through and got a bunch of. Well, I've been looking at this just all night long. I turned my webcam off so you can't see it, but it's all these letters, and one of them is the original Western Union telegram that was his official, his basically his selective service number had been drawn, and he was needed to get ready to report like on July 17th or something like that. So it was his call up basically to join the. He was in the Navy, I believe. No, he was in the Air Force because he served. He was a tail gunner in on a B-17. And actually, I shouldn't say tail gunner. He was a gunner on a B-17. So there was that letter that was in there, and then later on there was a letter that was from again a telegram, and it was I'm sorry to report, but Dick has been missing in action since September, yada 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 or whatever. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, what a letter to get. I mean, holy cow. Uh, and then but as it turned out, so he was shot down over Germany in like September, and basically he served and fought with the French the French undergrounds, whatever the little group was that was fighting against the Germans. You know, the underground. Gosh, what was it called? French Resistance for 13 months, and his family had no idea that he was alive. He survived, and he fought with the resistance until France was liberated, and that's when they learned that he had survived the B-17 crash. And anyway, yeah. So that it would have been my great uncle, yeah. So kind of a cool. Like I say, I just spent like all afternoon looking over that stuff. Okay, I got to get back to Kodiak here. So Al South, are you still flying around somewhere, man? Do you wanna get heading back somewhere? I'm sorry, I've been kind of hard to coordinate with here. I do think I'll go ahead and fly back down the coastline and just take a look at West Point Village, and then we can go from West Point Village back to Benny Benson. I think I have enough fuel for that. I better double check here. I'm down to, oh, I'm getting down there, but I think I'm all right. Almost. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll try to meet you there at West Point Village. So now, if you thought landing was challenging, wait till you see the departure, because it's just, there's nowhere to go. I mean, you got to get up, you got to get rolling. It's like a little bit of a curved departure, and so I'm going to actually do a flaps 20 departure, and and that puts my rotation speed at like 49 instead of 55. So let's see if I've got my trim set. I need to take my time here because I can't screw this up. Fuel cap selectors checked. Controls, TAWs check. Switches all ready to go. Flaps I just set. Trim is set. Ignition inlet. I always just leave that on when I'm messing around out here. I forget to turn it off, but it's still on. Bypass is on. Harnesses, that I've never taken that off. And then taxi, SAR. Here we go. I think we're ready. I'm gonna do a short field takeoff. I'm gonna try to spin it all the way up here before we get going, and then I'm looking for 49 before I see water. Yep, can't hold it anymore. $49. Woohoo! Ha 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 ha! How much fun is this bird? Come on, guys. How much fun. Climbing out at 55. How much fun is this airplane? Okay. Get some airspeed here now. We can just take her along the coastline and try to find West Point Village. I'm happy we found one sandbar. So just from what I remember now, you guys, I'm gonna say this on stream because I'll forget, and hopefully I'll come back later on and I'll remember it. But it seems to me like if we fly past West Point Village, we will find another sandbar. So I'm gonna just kind of keep my eyes peeled, and if I see it, I will make an attempt at a landing. I am going to try to land here at West Point Village as well. But it seems like kind of coming up on the left-hand side of this, which would be the north side of this bay, there was another little spot. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. It won't be quite as easy to land now that I have the cargo doors shut, but you know, regardless. That it could have been so epic if I would have just remembered to close the cargo doors. That's all right. Still pretty epic. All right, I'm on my way, Al, south. I'm probably about I don't know. Only probably 5 miles or so away, if that. So hang tight, and I'll be there momentarily. I'm on VATSIM and I'm on 2280 if you want to log in. At West Point Village traffic, Kodiak 816, about 5 miles to the west of the field, inbound at 1,000. Yep, 2280. Al south. Jump on there, man. I haven't talked to you in a long time, buddy. I've been missing you. Been missing you. Almost. Is this our other? I can hear you queuing up. Station calling. I can hear you queuing up, but I don't hear anything you're saying. Maybe I'm farther away than I think I am. Oh, there's a guy flying. I'm right over the top of him. Al South, I think I just flew right over the top of you, sir. And in other news, that might be our. So Al South, I don't hear you transmitting. I hear you keying up, but I don't have any comms with you there. I'm sorry. And maybe I've flown right over the top of West Point Village also, but I'm gonna have a look at this shoreline because this looks like maybe another one of our landing spots. People down there, I think this is it. I think this is another one of our locations. So Al, if you're watching the stream, just head a little bit further, just head across the bay basically, and you're gonna see another spot where you can land. Okay, props full forward. I don't have any flaps in right now. We're just going to do a low pass, get our bearing here, and yep, this is another beach location, you guys. Another one of these spots. Almost positive. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yep, there somebody down there, right? Oh, there's a beach. Oh, there it is. I got to land on that sandbar right over there. There's the okay. So that's pretty close to the same heading I had last time, actually. All right, so now I also have to watch for Al South because he's out here flying somewhere. He's in that cub of his, I know. Okay, so we're going to make another turn. We're going to try to get the speed down. We're down super low right now. Oh no, he just crashed into the bay. All right, man. Yep, you know where I'm at, so spawn in, and I think Downwind Sim may be just about having his batch ortho done here pretty soon. Hey, oldie. Can you what? Gigi's car in her garage? Well, what do you need to see her car for? What's in it? Well, I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. Do you think it is? All right, give me 1 second, okay? Let me land right here, and then we'll go check it out. All right, I've got the junior first officer who may need something from me, so this may be it for me tonight. If I can get on the ground here, I might have to call it. Think Papa can land this thing? He asked, is it going to crash? He knows me well. Okay, 2 notches of flaps. And let's not get too slow quite yet. Mr. Kodiak. Come around. I got to find that little sandbar that's right up against the side there. 389, Kenny Monster is saying. Okay. Challenge accepted, sir. I would be happy with 300 or above if I get it stopped. As you can see. Okay, final notch of flaps. Oh, and I'm going 90. How awesome. It's there's not much room here. And you can't bring it straight in because you have a little hillside that you have to worry about. And it's downwind. I should be landing the other way. What am I thinking? All right, we're going around. I'm not going to make this landing downwind. There's no way, dude. I'm gonna go around and land the other way. Okay. Do you want to try to land it? You want to try to fly it? Oh, this is gonna be. You want to try? You don't want to? He just wants me to get on the ground so he can go. He's got. There's apparently something in the garage that interests him. He's not taking no for an answer. I'll help. Do you want to help? You want to help land it? Nope. He's saying no. All right, here we go. We're gonna come around the horn. Nope, don't pull on those. If you're not gonna help, let me just try to land it here, buddy. Okay, so here we go, and there is again. West Point Village is over here somewhere apparently. So I still haven't found that. Here we go. We're coming in for a landing, bud. This is me, not the junior first officer, just so you know. So it will be the higher of the two rates that Kenny Monster is predicting. And yeah, let's see. Hey, dude. I'm coming. Oh, his mom is here. Uh-oh. I'm thinking he may have escaped his mom without permission. Ooh, boy. Yep, he's in trouble with his mom. Hey, I'm coming up. I'm coming up, bud. Yeah. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Uh-oh. Now his dad came to get him. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think he was down here. Yeah, anything but bedtime. Yeah, I think he was down here without permission. And that's not okay. Okay, here we go, guys. We're going to see if we can get this guy on the beach. And not very well lined up here, am I? There's like rocks. Yeah, I got to avoid these rocks. Stalling out. Okay, I'm over the rocks. Chunk. 659. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh boy. Ooh, that was bad. That was bad. I honestly I'd forgotten about the rocks. I was planning on landing there, and then I'm like, oh yeah, there's rocks. Oops. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do that one again. Since the junior first officer is most definitely in the doghouse, I'm gonna be off limits too. So I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna do that again. I have to remember that there are rocks. Now, Kenny, come on. You can't tell me that these dudes here sitting on the log next to their kayaks, they're not packing something that can do like acupuncture, or they know how to crack your back. Come on. Let's be real here. All right, flaps 20 departure coming. Trim, let's get the trim reset. And we are going to try one more attempt here. I'm going to move over a little bit to my left. There we go. Okay, we're going to try this, like I say, one more time here. And let's get our heading bug set, though. And, yep, all right, all right. Ba 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 ba. Trim set, flap set, lights are on. Okay. Let's stand her up, short field, takeoff style. Spin them up, spin them up, spin them up, spin them up. Brakes are released. Looking for 49. 48. Okay, up, up, and away. Let's get some airspeed. Stay off the hillside. Did them's my shoes check in? Did I miss you? Is them's my shoes? I apologize if I did. I'm sorry, my friend. Welcome. Don't listen to these guys' shoes. I've been doing some good things, man. I'm too busy trying to hit 1,000 on the Landometer. Okay, I tip my hat to you on that one there, St. Louis Slamma. That was good. All right, lazily into the right-hand downwind. No pun intended, downwind sim. And remember kids, there's rocks over there, so you only have, not only is it a short airstrip to begin with, but you only have half of it to use because LP Nils was too lazy to take the rocks out. All right, well, shoes. All right, it was them's my shoes that was talking about the chiropractor. I'm sorry, shoes. I thought that was Kenny that was talking about that. All right, let's just take so we have the West Point Village, and there's supposed to be an airstrip over here. I wonder if it's a seaplane base that he's made. Okay, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to go back. We're going to nail this landing, and we're going to return to Benny Benson with a story or two to tell. Maybe a couple of scratches on the old Kodi, but nothing the guys back at the shop can't buff out. All right, we're over there somewhere. So we've had an okay landing at Karluk, and no, that was kind of a clunker, wasn't it? What was Karluk? It was like two something, wasn't it? And then we had a touch and go that was about 250. That was bad. And then we had a pretty nice one there on the first sandbar, like a 150 or something like that. And then we just had a 600. So it's the usual mark of consistency. Okay, flaps 1 are set. I'm already a hair slow. Don't sink. Woot woot. Don't sink. Okay. I think I'm pretty well lined up actually here. I'm a little bit low. That's kind of what cost me last time is I came in actually a bit low. Let's go ahead and bunny hop this third notch of flaps, and we'll keep some elevation in here just a little bit. Negative 500. All right. Challenge accepted. Downwind. The sad part is if I hit 500, I'll feel pretty good because it's like almost a 150 feet per minute improvement. Again, I'm not really lined up very well. I want to be at a little bit of an angle, but not a radical angle here. There we go. I see the tire marks. There's my rocks. There we go. Kind of Saba style over the rocks. Oh, I'm going in the water. Oh, I'm going in the water. I'm going in the water. Ah. There's no way that was 836. There's no way. There's no way. That was not that bad. Oh, and it does the auto restart. There's no way. I protest that rating. Yes, it was on one wheel. West Point Village. Oh, it is. It's a seaplane base. Darn it. So I can't even spawn in right there. Man. All right. You had the same problem. Okay. Yeah. Dropped. All right. And I probably can't even. Can you do a replay after you respawn? Will it take you back? Doesn't look like it will. Bummer. Thought it would. It will not. Okay, good to know. So after you crash, it'll only take you back as far as your respawn. How do I unselect that? Turn off the script. I don't think landing rates. Yeah, I think they're overrated. Well, they could well be. All right. Well, okay. Okay. Well, here's the good news. All right. It was definitely not a successful return, and so the good news is that means I have to fly this challenge again. So I'll be back at some point to do the Benny Benson to Karluk, back to Benny Benson. But the other good news is this: is I figured out where a couple of the sandbars are, which is really cool. So it's the key here is the West Point Village seaport, and one of them is kind of up here on the point, and the other is tucked down here in the corner. So that's kind of awesome. And well, and you can adjust those. Yeah, you can adjust those numbers to be whatever you want. I mean, if you think 300 is good, or I mean, so you can change those. But I don't know how it determines those numbers. That's beyond my expertise. But so but I digress. But that's going to be it, I think, for me tonight. It was a lot of fun, and as always, I enjoyed having you guys tag along with me here. And I hope that you get your scenery issues worked out there, your ortho issues worked out, Mr. Downwind Sim. And Al South MIA, I am so sorry that we never did end up connecting, but it was awesome to see you in the skies. It was awesome to fly over the top of that little cub of yours, and yeah, let's make it happen more often, huh, my friend? Because yeah, like I say, I miss you, man. I miss hanging out with you. Okay, real quickly before I sign off, this is what's coming up for me on actually the rest of the week here. Um, Thursday I had it set to return to PNG with the PC6. I'm going to be back up there in the Porter, flying from Jackson's International up to some of those strips that our friend Downwind Sim has created, unless he comes up with some more, which in that case I may be doing a little bit of flying in PNG, not necessarily near Jackson's. So that's what's coming up Thursday, and then after that, no. Let me take that back. Thursday was going to be that, but I'm actually going to be out of town Thursday. Sorry, I just saw my note below my show here. So I'm heading out of town Thursday. I will be out of town probably until at least Monday. Maybe I'll be back Sunday. So if I'm back on Monday, I am planning to try to do the VAT venture. And if I'm not, the next time you will see me will actually be right back here doing the Kodiak air taxi, and I'll be in the Islander, the Nimbus Islander, and then I'll probably also hop back in either the Kodiak on floats or the Turbo Otter on floats. But that'll be kind of what's coming up next for me. And somebody just hit the big white heart there a second ago. Hyrax Syracuse. Is that how you say that? Hyrax Syracuse? That's a cool name, man. Thank you. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you coming by. And sorry that my stream schedule is a little bit funky. I'm usually Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday guy, but there's been some fun events happening on Mondays and Wednesdays that I've had to make some changes. But anyway, yeah. Hopefully you'll come back by and check things out. And yeah. I lost my train of thought. Boy, it's been a day. Um, oh, I was going to see. Do we want to go? Is there anybody? Is there anybody rateable out there? I don't know. You guys want to go check somebody else out? Who do we have? Who do we have? Um, oh, there's some guys out there. How about this? Have you ever watched a guy named Canuck Musician before? Stay for just a second, and I think you'll like this guy. Let me see if I spelled his name right. Um, Nuck. Yeah, hang out for just a second. You don't have to stay for his whole stream, but stop by, say hi, give him a follow, and oh geez, I can't spell his name right. Canuck Musican is what I spelled. This would go a lot more seamlessly if I could actually spell. And show him some Melvin Leroy channel love. There we go. All right. Again, thanks guys. Awesome hanging out with you. Fun time here in the Kodiak Island, in the Kodiaks.